I'm a dad. I'm a dad. D-A-D-D-Y. 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 I'm a dad. Dad. I'm a dad. D-A-D-D-Y. 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 I'm a dad.
Blah.
I'm just kidding. It's not a real bear.
What?
Yep.
Never would have guessed. Welcome back.
And we are back.
Oh my God! Did you know they have little tails?
They have tails on the back?
Yeah, they do. They sure do.
Well, bears do have tails.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Welcome back. Tuning in for this special edition of Papa Bear Podcast.
Yeah. Halloween special.
Halloween, and we dressed up, obviously, and we are true to what we are.
Yeah.
Papa Bears.
Bring the inner bear out for one night only.
One night and one night only. All right.
So clearly our topic's going to be Halloween, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss what it was like for us, what it's like today, little tricks of the trade, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
first,
yes.
what's going on the podcast today?
All right. So I'll start with that's going on the podcast moment for me. 3 days running strong. My son makes the topic again.
My God.
Yeah.
You got 2 other kids. You know that, right?
I'm focusing on this one right now. Yep. So try to be nice, fun dad.
Yeah.
Yep. I let my son's 7. Let him sleep in the bed last night. 7 years old, obviously potty trained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pissed before bed, but decided to do a second piss in
the bed.
In the bed.
What?
I don't understand it. Like, peed before bed. He never pees the bed. He's potty trained. Obviously, he's 7. For whatever reason, yesterday he just decided he's gonna piss on my bed. So first my TV, toilet seat, bed.
He hit the trifecta.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's on a little tear right now. So I hope he turns it around.
Good for him.
Yep.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
October's almost over. Start November, fresh legs. You know, everything will be all right.
Very nice.
My moment. We did decorations yesterday, Halloween decorations, and my son is finally old enough to help set up said decorations. Couple of things happened. You know, we're still going to work on that. We have a jumping animatronic spider that we hide under the bushes or something. He has been fine with it his entire life. This year, he decides that it is terrifying and won't go near it, even though it's off.
Okay.
Right now, still won't go near it. Let's see what else. We have this model lady that we can like sit up on our porch. That thing is also not going to be out this year because he decided that it's too scary. All of a sudden, everything's too scary.
Sure.
And then thirdly, we have like this crooked, creaky fence thing that we have to hammer in, stake in. And so I let him stake it in, right? I gave him a bat. He could hit the bat on the thing, knock it down. He missed so much. Like, I know you have seen him swing a bat for baseball. He's not fantastic. But he hit me more than he hit the stake. And like, I'm like sitting there like, all right, if this kid hits me with his rubber mallet one more time, I swear to God.
Yeah.
And he's over here like, I'm going to.
Yeah.
You whiffed.
Yeah.
So
thanks for your help, but no thank you.
Yeah. Next year, I think I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
So
how big is this spider?
It's a sizable spider.
Okay.
You know? Enough that it would scare you if you didn't know it was there. But it is huge.
Yeah.
And it is in plain sight right now and off. But he will still not go near it.
Fair enough.
It's like our centerpiece for when you come up and trick or treat. It jumps out, gets you, and gets the candy, you leave.
Well, my wife and kids are scared of spiders too. If there's one in the house, they'll leave it there till I get back home to kill it.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So
there's probably some in my house right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what's going on the podcast.
Yeah.
So let's get into today's topic.
Oh yes.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yep. Happy Halloween, everybody. So one of my favorite times of year. I am born the day before Halloween.
That's true.
It's kind of natural. Halloween looks a little different today for our kids than it did when we were kids.
Yeah, not necessarily for the better, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember when I was a youngin', my trick-or-treating was, now I had a slightly different experience. My parents lived on a dead-end street.
Okay.
So not a lot of traffic.
Okay.
And so maybe like a dozen or so kids. So we would start and we would just go all the way down and all the way back. One side of the street, the other side of the street. It would take us about an hour, but my parents didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
They would be like, go, come back, when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays, I wouldn't let my son 26 yards from my front door without being able to see him.
Absolutely.
Someone snatched that boy up so fast.
Yeah, bunch of weirdo. How'd you pick your costumes when you were kids?
Let's see. I think up until about the age of 5, my parents picked for me.
Sure.
I distinctly remember pictures of me being a clown several seasons in a row. It's progressively getting smaller on me. The wig no longer fit, I think. And but then after that, it's like, what do you see on TV that you want? You know, like, oh, I wanted to be a Power Ranger, or I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
You know, those things are still popular today.
Sure.
What about you?
No, when I was a kid, I mean, my mom mostly took us. My brother, he's 3 years older.
Yeah.
But she took us, and costumes for the most part was pretty much whatever the fuck was on sale. So whether you like it or not, that's what you are.
Yeah.
And as we got into our later years, you know, that kind of changed. It became to what was ever on sale to whatever you can make.
Yes, my mom did make that clown costume. That's probably why I wore it so many times.
Yep. So we were a lot of sports figures, right?
Nice.
Grab the football, grab the basketball. You're fucking MJ this year.
Put some paint on, dude.
Yep. That was a lot of our later year costumes. Trick or treat for us, we lived in an apartment pretty much our whole lives.
Okay.
And so you know there was 8 units to a building, so there were a ton of opportunity.
Yeah.
But you know, I'd say half the complex participated in it.
Yeah, you just never knew. You just knock on a door, and be like, dude, I'm eating dinner.
Just never knew, and sometimes people come to the door, sometimes not. I do remember one year, I was so naive and nice at the time when I was a kid. Someone left a jackpot outside the door. Yeah. And I mean trash bag size.
Yeah.
And it said, please take one. And what did I do?
You took one?
I fucking took one.
You dummy.
Yeah, and then when the other
sucker.
Yeah, when all the other neighborhood kids found out, it was fucking gone. The purge in there. Yeah. Free for all. They were.
That's very common on our street. There's just people leave the buckets out, and I'm like, we got to go now, or it's going to be empty.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a leave a bucket out kind of person, save the sign.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No, I don't think
the honor system is gone.
I don't think it's gone. So you said it's it's different for our kids, right?
Yeah.
What's some of the differences you notice?
I think that. All right, so this sounds weird, but I think kids have gotten a lot greedier for Halloween. They want the big pieces of candy, or more than one piece of candy, or they don't. Some of them, like I feel like the last couple of years, they don't even bother to say trick or treat. They just come up and go, "Oh, give me candy! I gotta go." Like for us, it was like you had to follow all of the steps, or you didn't get the candy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me being old. I don't know.
No, you had to say trick or treat and
at least
say thank you. But no, I have the same experience when I hand out candy. Like I'll come, oh, that's cool costume. What are you? They just look at you like,
where's my candy?
Well, I look like I am. I'm like,
dude, I ain't watched TV in 10 years. I don't know what's going on.
Fucked up toy you are, but
but so Toy Story 7.
They come and then they're like, and then I like, these kids are fucking picky too.
Yeah.
I got kids. I hold the bucket. They're like moving shit around.
Yeah, like your hands aren't clean.
Yeah, isn't the rule of the claw? You stick your hand in there, grab it out, and put and
get what you get.
You sort it at home, not in my bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if parents don't let your kid be the sorter, nobody likes that.
No.
Please do not let them be the one to micromanage and decide.
Coin flip side. Other side. Yeah. It's okay to not take the crappy candies, right? Like you can always be like, I don't want Smarties. Like that's okay. I feel like, you can just
you can, but just be generous and take a crappy one with a good one.
Yeah.
Don't take all the Skittles.
What do you think the worst candy is?
Man, I don't know as far as what I hate. I will tell you an experience I had one time that was definitely the worst candy I ever got.
Okay.
So I was trick-or-treating in my neighborhood, me and my brother. And again, we're in apartments and we knock on the door.
Yeah.
This lady answers the door. She's a foreigner. I think she's like, I don't know, Russia somewhere, something like that. I don't know if Halloween's
some European thing.
Yeah, I don't know if Halloween's necessarily a big thing over there because she kind of was like off guard. So we're like, trick or treat. She's like,
oh shit, what do I have?
So she's like, okay, goes back. I'm thinking, okay, well, does she have candy or not? Pulls out like her personal candy jar of open candies, grabs a handful of fucking candy corn and was like,
no, just unsanitized candy corn, just
candy corn in my bag.
It's like melted and stuff. You're like, why?
I just look like, what the fuck just happened?
Take it back.
By the time I got home and my mom saw that, she was like, what is?
I was like a solid layer of candy corn.
She goes and starts picking it out. I was like,
yeah, I'm not
do not touch that. Nope. But that brings up a point. You got to check your kids' candy.
You do. Dude, that didn't used to be a thing, I don't think.
No, it didn't. No.
My dad used it as an excuse. He'd be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
dad tax, gotta
Yeah.
check and make sure this one's good." It's like clearly wrapped and
Yep.
stuff. He'd take like the $100,000 or whatever he wanted, and
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's just checking it." No,
Yeah.
he was just eating candy. To eat
No,
candy.
yeah, that's true.
Nowadays, you're like, "Oh, it's laced."
Yeah.
Like what? Why are you lacing candy?
Why are you wasting drugs on kids?
Yeah. No. What?
It's
Makes no
stupid.
sense.
It's stupid. So that's funny. That's a good point. You gotta get the dad tax because we go through stuff too. Your
I'm
kids
out
having
there.
fun, but
Yeah.
we're freaking running this train.
Yeah, dude. The escorts deserve some kind of payment. I have
Yes.
seen, like it was a thing last year. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but a couple of the houses will hand out beers
Ooh, yes.
to the grown-ups.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
I've never personally done that. I don't feel
Yeah.
like getting half the neighborhood drunk.
Right.
But if you're offering, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I've experienced that. Went to a couple houses. I think the one that stood out the most was fireball shots.
You're kidding.
This family was not fucking around.
I love that.
Like
You might hit that house twice.
I'm pretty sure that as the kids are walking up, like they offer us the drink before they give them the candy.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
we know what you're.
Yeah,
going
you'll
for.
get your candy. They were like, fireball, fireball,
Yes,
fireball.
Yes.
So hey, it is appreciated. Yeah, it is nice. So, or if you're the parent, you got to get your warm apple cider as you're walking
Yeah.
that neighborhood.
Oh my God, that reminds me. So we
Yeah.
used to have this lady's house that we would go to, right?
Mhm.
Before I was old enough to like go on my own. And we would go to this house and it smelled like somebody died in it. I remember
Mhm.
distinctly, like, that old person smell? It was like
Yep.
20 years deep, old person smell, like, hospital ward bad.
Mhm.
And we would stay there for like 30 minutes.
Mm.
And this woman would give us apples. She wouldn't give us candied apples, not candy, just an apple. One
Yeah.
apple per person. It was the worst house. And we would be there forever. And I never understood why. They were just talking to her.
Yeah.
She never got off the couch.
Yeah.
She was giving alcohol to my parents.
Oh,
That's what it
nice.
was. So like she gave
Nice.
us an apple, would shoot us away, and then my parents would sit and drink for 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
But we did it like
Yeah.
forever. And then
Yeah.
I never hit that house again when I was older.
Yeah, absolutely. Nope. So hey, looking after the parents, you didn't
Yeah.
appreciate it as a kid. I
Did not.
guarantee now you go sit with that old lady.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd suck up all that stink just for,
just
a few
for
minutes.
a free beer.
Yeah, for free.
For a free beer.
Now you know how cheap date.
Yeah. So that brings me to another point then. So you're taking your kids around, right?
Yeah.
You're part of this experience. How long do you give them to trick or treat?
So I haven't hit my personal limit yet, right?
Okay.
My son has always been the one to crap out first. He's
Yes.
got a good maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the last time it was like we pushed it for an hour, but that was
Yeah.
part of that was us talking and stuff.
Mhm.
But no, he can go like one end of the street and back. That's it. He's
Yeah.
not about to go
Yeah.
marathon distance. I don't think I would go for more than an hour anymore.
Yeah.
Personally.
Right. Yeah. It depends on two things for me. The weather.
Right.
How cold does it get?
Yeah, is it raining? Like,
Is it raining? Those kind of things. And then what kind of candy we got, right? Let's say the first 30 minutes we're killing it. We just got a big old bag. We're good. I mean,
yeah. You don't need to
we've
keep
hit the
going.
goal. But at 30, it's not
Don't
really
be
good
goofy.
production. We'll keep going a little bit. But so my older two now, around when they're around the 5, I'd
Yeah.
say 5 and under, they're pretty easily pleased, right?
Yeah.
They get that first handful of candy, they're like, all right, let's go home and eat it.
Like,
Mission
dude,
accomplished.
this won't even last you the night.
No, it
But
won't.
they don't care.
They don't care. They're just excited when they can get that first couple pieces. My older, now they're a little bit older. They realize the game is stock that bag up,
Yeah.
right, and do it quickly before Dad gets tired.
Yep.
So they're always a few houses ahead of me as far as when it
That's
goes
what
to
it
the
is.
walk.
You got like that leash. You can still see them. But
Yeah.
they got like 3 or 4 houses on you.
Yep, and they know once I'll give that look like about time to start turning around.
And your neighborhood's pretty packed, so they can probably get a decent amount.
Oh
of
yeah,
candy.
they can kill it out here, and this neighborhood runs to a bunch of others. So,
Oh yeah.
but I'd say my max on a good day, an hour, man.
Yeah.
That's my cutoff.
It's just not worth it, man.
No,
Not for us.
no. I mean, they like it. They think they're going to eat the candy all night anyway. But how many pieces do you give them that night? What's the
Yeah,
limit?
like 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Like I don't want the kid up all night.
Sure.
And then we ration it out. But then there's always like 6 pounds of candy that never actually got eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do they do that? Like, why do you buy candy like it's you're stockpiling for the war or something?
Right.
Like I bought a bag of candy and I was like 700 pieces.
Yeah.
Like what?
I know. Hey, I will say I do have a set number of candy I'll buy, but I do feel bad when a kid comes and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's too bad. Like, should have came earlier, but that's too bad. Speaking of that, being out, what do you think the cutoff is? This is kind of a debate now.
Yeah. This is a thing that didn't used to happen, right? Like,
No,
how old do you get to be and still get candy, right?
Yeah.
I personally, my opinion is, if you're out trick or treating, you get candy if you
Sure.
want it. Like,
Mhm.
unless you're like not making the effort, you have to wear a costume. That's my rule.
Okay.
You got a costume on, even
Yeah.
if it's like, oh, I'm wearing a tie and I'm like put some makeup on. That's it.
Mhm.
You can get some candy from me because
Yeah.
like you're out, you're doing the work, right? You're
Right.
doing the Lord's work to get
Yeah.
that candy.
Yeah.
And you could be at a party, maybe you're babysitting or escorting. Like, you deserve something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like, I've heard people say like, "Oh, teenagers don't get candy." I'm like,
Why?
what? Are they an adult?
Yeah.
Do they get alcohol instead? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're still a kid, right? They still experience kid things, just as
Yeah.
a teenage version.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, man. If you're out making the effort, and
Yeah.
who am I to sit here and play fucking,
Candy Nazi or whatever.
gatekeeper of the candy?
Yeah.
Like, it's just candy, man. Let the kids be kids. So
And what happens if you don't give it to them, right? You're just going to have more freaking candy for yourself anyway.
yeah, what's
You
that
don't need it.
conversation like? Like, you got ID?
Yeah. You got a little something growing down here, sir. I don't know
Yeah.
if I can give you anything.
Yeah, like,
sorry.
How do you vet kids to make sure they're
I don't know.
age
Under 5
for
feet
candy?
tall or something?
Yeah, like God forbid the tall kids, then they're just screwed.
no,
I guess
no.
so.
You're tall and skinny. You either
No,
get nothing or you get everything.
no. It's a joyful time for year for me, so
Yeah.
everybody gets candy.
Let everybody get candy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Tell me what you guys think, man. We want to hear some of your stories.
Yeah. And good luck trick or treating tonight. Keep your kids safe.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
All right, guys. Take care.